I want to be honest. Our prospects out there, even our customers at some point when we're trying to resell them or keep their business or upsell them, but people that we're reaching out to, they can be not so nice. Yeah? They can be downright rude. They can be disrespectful. They can not call us back whenever. It's almost like you would think that being a sales rep, being in biz dev, doing what we're doing, which by the way is the most important job in the world because the economy shuts down if we're not able to generate transactions and revenue and purchases. But you would think now more than ever, our career, it would lead to like clinical levels of depression if we don't have a thick skin with the way that we are disrespected and treated and brushed off and blown off. But the question I have for you guys is, why do you think that happens? Who's got an answer for that? Why do we get blown off, brushed off, and disrespected?
Yeah, they're busy.
They're busy. I like it. Well, who else has got something else?
They think that we just want their money and, don't care about them.
You guys smell it? Is that me? Oh, you smell that? Commission breath. They think we've got commission breath, right? They're exactly right. We just want their money. We don't care about them. They're busy, okay? I want you to think about this. Perhaps, and not us on these weekly live Easton University coaching calls because we're elite level, but not us, but our colleagues, our industry, sales in general. I feel like we're responsible for this. Because, and it's interesting, we need to take a time out and think about all of the emails that you get. And I'm sure even if you're not the CIO, the CFO, the CEO of your company, the owner of your business, some of you on this call right now are, all of you are getting sold to pretty consistently. Like if I go through my inbox, I get about 75 to 100 spammy, cold sales emails every day. Every now and then I get a call. And if we can just take a time out and set our ego aside and look at how the world treats sales prospects, it starts to make a lot of sense as to why they treat us with such disdain. And I want to talk about that for a few minutes today because, excuse me, it's critical for us to understand this, all right? We need to drop the enthusiasm. We need to drop the surety. Now, I want you sold on your products, your solutions, your services, your company, but that does not separate us from everybody else that, Jason, if I could just have 5 minutes of your time, man, I've got something really exciting. We've got some new updates and I'd love to just, I know they're going to be great for your practice. It's just going to be awesome if I could just have 5 minutes of your time. Hey, I'm really busy. Thanks. Bye. Right? Why do you think we're getting these types of calls? Like, listen, I'm going to give you some derivations of Easton University just so you can kind of feel the difference, okay? Let's say I was calling to sell you Easton University. Here's how typical salespeople make that call. Beep, boop, 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 720-660-3202. That's my mobile, by the way, if you guys ever need it. You call me. I see the little either unlisted number or something funky on my caller ID. What do? I let it go to I let it go to voicemail. 80% of salespeople do what? Hang up. They don't leave a voicemail. Okay? The ones that do, of the 20% that do, it sounds something like this. Hey, Jason, this is Matt Easton with Easton University. We are the leading sales coaching company in the industry. I'm really excited to get in touch with you. If I could just have 5 minutes of your time, if you could call me here at the office, 800-628-1456. And when we lead with that level of excitement, delete. I'm not calling that person back. Or how many of you get the same emails that I get? And you're like thumbing through it and it's 3 pages of vomit. We help companies just like yours save on blank. We help businesses just like yours increase blank. It's gross. It is disgusting. Versus, and what we're doing and what's working for us is leaving a voicemail like this. Hey, Jason, Matt Easton, founder of Easton University. You and I are connected on LinkedIn. Hey, I've got an idea that I'd love to get your opinion on. I'm on my mobile, 720-660-3202. Did I sound like this and I'm really excited? If I could just have 5 minutes of your time? No. I get it that we're excited about our company, about how we can help people, but we've got to temper that enthusiasm, right? And then when you call back, you know, Jason, so thank you so much for calling me back. So what I'm curious is, you know, we're working with a lot of organizations like yours. Something that we're seeing is the old way that was working for sales teams like yours even just a couple years ago is not as effective and rapidly getting worse. And the reason for that is clients, your clients in particular, take medical offices, for example. They've got access to way more information than ever before, and they've got more choices, and what they're really doing is kind of doing a self-shopping, which, you know, if you were a patient, not a good idea. You guys probably run into this with patients that come in misinformed from WebMD. You know, would it make sense for me, are you opposed to me sending you over a little video or a little something about how your people could close business a little bit more effectively, right? Now listen to, oh yeah, that would be great. Perfect, Jason. What's the best email? I'll send something over your way. Or what if Jason says, well, you know, we just don't need sales coaching, Matt. Makes perfect sense, Jason, and honestly, where we're at and kind of my knowledge of your situation, I'm not even sure if we could help you. Would it make sense if I sent you over a little something around closing, and that way you could take a look when you have some time, and if it makes sense for us to get back together, we can kind of decide that at that point. Versus, you know, hey, we're all set, we don't need sales coaching. Well, you know what, Jason, I disagree with you on that one, respectfully, but if I could just have 5 minutes of your time, I'd like to show you how our clients are seeing anywhere from 700% increase in their closed deals to 1,000, 10x more sales, which, by the way, if you guys were on the call yesterday, some of you were, Drew from Delicious, they're now at a 10x. They're actually there. How many people have I called and said, and I have Drew on recording saying that, yo, if you could give me 5 minutes of your time, I'll show you how you can 10x your sales. 0. Because what do I sound like when I do that? And I'm curious to get your guys' opinion on this. Has anybody worked on, and I know it's tough, but has anybody tried to focus and work on slowing your speech down, dropping the enthusiasm, and being more like a doctor? That's one thing that Jason and I and Jason's team worked on their private call last week. We were talking about consequence questions, which this is right in that same vein. Now, just out of curiosity, what if you guys don't do anything about this and the problem gets worse? Versus, man, I'm telling you, you guys are a perfect client for us. This is exactly, we can increase the ability for you guys to get your claims approved by 7 times. And if you do something right now, we can drop 15% off. Do you guys hear the difference? Does that make sense? Somebody pitch in here. Let me know if you are trying this, if you're having success with this, if you have questions around this. Sales reps, managers, business owners, entrepreneurs, what I'm about to tell you, this is gonna hurt, but trust me, it will be well worth it. I want you to think back to that excitement you had when you first got started. Maybe it was your first day. You thought about all of the lives that you were gonna change with your amazing product, your business, your service, your solutions. And hey, let's be honest here, you were gonna make a lot of money in the process of helping people, helping businesses change their lives. But it didn't work out exactly that way, did it? If you're anything like me, if you're anything like most people in sales, you found it was just a little bit more difficult to close those deals than you thought, or maybe you're struggling right now. Now, I warned you, this is the part that's gonna hurt, but in order for this to work, you and I need to be honest with each other. I want you to think about all the reasons that you're not hitting your targets, all the reasons you're not making the sales that you had anticipated making. Is it the economy, your competition, your territory, your pricing? Maybe it's your manager, your product, your service, your solution. Here's the part that's going to hurt. There's a 94% chance it is none of those, and it's time you face reality. The reason why you have to work so hard just to close a single deal has nothing to do with the economy, nothing to do with your competition, your territory, your manager, your product, your price, your service. The reason why it's so hard for you is you simply haven't learned a better sales process. But wait, you've had sales training from your company. Yeah, I did too. You've read some sales books. I read just about every single one of them. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, well, I was always born a salesperson. Nobody is born knowing how to sell more than they're born knowing how to speak Cantonese or fly an F-22 fighter jet. And by the way, the right sales process is a lot easier to learn than a language or flying an airplane, but you still have to learn it. My name is Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University, and if you'll let me coach you, I can show you how to sell more than you've ever imagined without being pushy, without being manipulative, without following some super complex system where you spend more time trying to figure out what stage your deal is in than actually closing deals. If you will let me coach you, you will never, ever find yourself blaming the economy, your products, your price, your manager, your territory, your competition again, because you're going to be in total control of the sales process and the outcomes. I've devoted my life to unlocking the perfect sales process, and I want to coach you the same way I've helped thousands of other people in the exact same position that you are right now sell a reported $3.47 billion, yeah, that's billion with a B, over the last 12 months. I've been where you're at right now. I know how to help you. I can show you in just a matter of minutes what will take you years of trial and error to learn on your own. Now, if you've made it this far, but you're saying to yourself, it can't be that simple, just trying a new sales process alone will not get me to where I want to go. I know exactly what you're feeling. I said those exact same things, and I was wrong. Having the right sales process changed absolutely everything for me. So I want you to do me and yourself this favor and spend just a minute or two over at eastonuniversity.com checking out what we've built. Now, if you spend a couple minutes and you decide that our coaching can't help you, it can't help you change everything about your career, everything about your life, no harm, no foul. You can continue to do things the way you're doing them right now. But just imagine, what if you head over to eastonuniversity.com right now and it connects with you? What if it is that simple? Suddenly everything starts to make sense and everything changes for you. Your career, your income, your goals, your company. You start heading in the direction you always thought you could. Isn't it worth taking a couple minutes and seeing if that might be the case? Easton University is more than a platform. It's more than live coaching with me. It's your future, and you and your future are worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you and I have met each other, and I look forward to seeing you over at eastonuniversity.com right now.